Alright, I'm back with another one. I'm back with another one. YouTube had dropped my video. I don't know why. I don't know why, but hey, I was giving some good info. Um, but yeah, so let's move on to the next subject and let's talk about what we're gonna talk about. Continuing. All right, cool. Let me pin off to the next video. Give me a quick second. All right. Okay, cool. There we go. That's where we. Come on, come on. Here we go. Bam. All right. Okay, cool. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so one of the creators of AI, he helped bring things together, and then he said, "Guys, be careful. This is what's going on with AI. Yada yada yada."
What happens to the kind of work we do? Well, it's starting to change a little bit in some unknown and unpredictable ways. And some work may feel it sooner, some work might feel it later. With today's AI, you can go on Twitter, AI can do and what people say. And you might feel a little bit of that. You wonder, hey, which skills are useful, which ones will be less useful. So you got these questions going on. And so you can say that the current level of challenge is how will it affect work and our careers. But the real challenge with AI is that it's really unprecedented and really extreme, and it's going to be very different in the future compared to the way it is today. Like, we've all seen AI, we've all spoken to a computer, and a computer has spoken back to us, which is a new thing. Computers would not do this in the past, but now they do. So you speak to a computer, and it understands you, and it speaks back to you, and it also does it in voice.
So what he's talking about is just AI capabilities, just different things it can do. Back then, it was, maybe the computer, if you press the keys too much, it might say something about shift issues, or if you wanted to use dragon, that was one of the things that we used back then to help us, as far as like if you didn't really have much of an idea about what you wanted to do for English, for example, dragon used to correct English writing and stuff, and you had it available to you so you can do things. So it had prompts. You could talk to dragon would repeat what you say in like words, and then eventually it started reading for you. It started doing all this stuff, and then before you know it, they had these softwares that can interact back with the people, right? So that's basically what he's talking about. He's just talking about like innovation of like what's happened throughout throughout the time that we've been here.
And it writes some code. It's pretty crazy. But there are so many things it cannot do as well, and it's so deficient. So you can say it still needs to catch up on a lot of things. But
I want to say something. AI does what you want it to do. Imagine you have a tool on your tool belt, right? And you want to be able to build something. There's tons of tools in the tool belt for you to use. You just have to know which one you need, right? If you're screwing if there's a screw, you're not going to use a hammer. You're going to use a screwdriver, right? Or an electric screwdriver. So, in essence, AI is what you make it and what you want it to be. So, this is where the problem comes. People don't understand like AI is a tool. And you have people like this that's saying beware of AI. I'm not going to beware of AI. I'm going to beware of people that would use AI maliciously to do things that I don't want to happen to me, you know? So, in essence, AI itself is a tool. It's there to be used, and it wants to be used because its main function is to do what it was programmed to do, which is solve problems. Come on.
It's evocative. It's good enough that you can ask yourself, you could imagine, okay, fine. In some number of years, some people say it's in 3, some people say it's in 5, 10, numbers are being thrown around. It's a bit hard to predict the future. But slowly but surely, or maybe not so slowly, AI will keep getting better. And the day will come when AI will do all the things that we can do. Not just some of them, but all of them. Anything which I can learn, anything which any one of you can learn, the AI could do as well. How do we know this, by the way? How can I be so sure? How can I be so sure of that? The reason is that all of us have a brain, and the brain is a biological computer. That's why. We have a brain, the brain is a biological computer. So why can't a digital computer, a digital brain, do the same things? This is the one-sentence summary for why AI will be able to do all those things. Because we have a brain, and the brain is a biological computer. And so you can start asking yourselves, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when...
I have a friend, he likes to use the word original AI, OAI, and that's basically us. We're the original AI. We're the original thinkers, innovators, and now we're programming machines to basically act and, perceive themselves as us. So yeah.
Computers can do all of our jobs, right? Those are really big questions. Those are dramatic questions. And right now, like, you start thinking about it a little bit, you go, gosh, that's a little intense. But it's actually only part of the intensity. Because what's going to happen? What will we, the collective we, want to use these AIs for? Do more work, grow the economy, do R&D, do AI research, so then the rate of progress will become really extremely fast, for some time at least. These are such extreme things. These are such unimaginable things. So right now I'm trying to pull you into that a little bit, into this headspace of this really extreme and radical future that AI creates. But it's also very difficult to imagine. It's very, very difficult to imagine. It's very difficult to internalize and to really believe on an emotional level. Even I struggle with it. And yet the logic seems to dictate that this very likely should happen. So, what does one do in such a world? There is a quote which is like this, which goes like this. It says, you may not take interest in politics, but politics will take interest in you. So the same applies to AI.
So I'm going to leave it right
AI
there.
Many times over. And in particular, I think that by simply using AI and looking at what the best AI of today can do, you get an intuition. You get an intuition. And as AI continues to improve in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, the intuition will become stronger. And a lot of the things that we are talking about now, they will become much more real. They'll become less imaginary. In the end of the day, no amount of essays and explanations can compete with what we see with our own senses, with our own 2 eyes. And it's...
All right, let's end it right there for this guy. So that was AI, one of the creators of AI that's talking about it. Let's see what it says. He said, ex open AI scientist warns. Right? Yeah. All right, let's give him an applause. Let's give him an applause. An applause. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one. Woo. Yeah, yeah. About to go to the next one. About to go to the next one. All right. That was good. That was good. Guys, don't fear AI. Use AI. At the end of the day, it's there for you to know how to utilize it correctly, for it to do prompt projects for you, right? Learn it, get classes, be involved, and eventually what's going to happen is you're going to love AI, right? But at the end of the day, everything should be used with caution, And when it falls into the wrong hand, this is when these issues occur. It's when these issues occur, you know? So learn it so you don't have to be, in a bad situation. Yeah. Too early. Too early. Let's go. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage back. You know what? Let's pause it a little bit. All right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Bam. Woo. Rock. Yo, this man, their autos are crazy. When my business is huge, huge. This is what I'm gonna get right here. Auto press, the Impress. Woo wee. Let's give it a pause. Pause. Mm. Look at that. Loading up the print. Bam. Look at that. It can do DTF. Damn. Just load your DTF printers image. Bam. It's got 4 heat presses all in one. Damn. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Butter. Butter. There it is. There it is. Mmm. Here's another one. Bam. Rock Impress. Nice. Hoo wee. Hoo wee. That was amazing. 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 Listen, they're creating new machines, innovating things. They just whew. Man, things are getting so innovative that like now it makes no sense for you to just settle. All right. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's talk about D uh, DTG. I think, yeah, DTG, direct to garment. Direct to garment. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I gotta get myself settled. Bam. There we go. There we go. All right, let's play this.
Direct to garment, DTG. Printing is a method of directly printing designs and images onto garments using specialized inkjet printers. This process allows for high quality, detailed, and full color designs to be applied quickly onto various textiles, making it ideal for custom apparel production. With our DTG printers, you can achieve stunning results on a wide range of fabrics. DTG printing works best on 100% cotton fabrics and high cotton blends. The natural
Look at that. Look at that. Woo wee. Oh man, that's what I want. Two shirt setup DTG.
fibers absorb water-based inks better, leading to more opaque and vibrant prints, which ensures the high print quality. What you see now is our
That's it right there. That's the baby. You see that? You see that? Woo. M2 Tech, yo, you guys are doing it. You guys are doing it. I like it.
DTG t-shirt printer with double stations. It allows you to print t-shirts one after one continuously. When it
Bam, there we go.
is printing shirts on one station, you can replace with a new shirt on another station, so it is very fast and high efficient. How does DTG printer work? Here's a step-by-step breakdown of the entire DTG printing process. 1. Design creation. Use our user-friendly tool to design your creativity or upload image for better results.
That's amazing. So now you can use the software to upload and edit. Nice, nice.
To maintain quality, ensure the design is in a high-resolution digital format, typically PNG, TIFF, or PDF. 2. Pretreatment. Pretreatment is essential when printing on dark or colored garments, as it helps the white ink to adhere properly and increase color vibrancy. The application of a pretreatment liquid is always required when printing white ink on a garment. The pretreatment liquid is applied to the area of the garment where the design will be printed. This can be done using a pretreatment machine, spray gun, or roller. The amount and evenness of application are crucial. Too much or too little can affect the print quality. 3. Drying the pre-treated garment must be dried using a heat press or tunnel dryer to cure the pre-treatment liquid. Once the pre-treatment
Woo-wee. That's a lot of steps, but man, when you get the results of what you're getting, I'm giving him applause. Nice, nice.
is applied, the garment is placed under a heat press at around 330 degrees Fahrenheit, 165 degrees Celsius, for 10 to 15 seconds.
You see that right there? That is the dual heat press. I had a chance to get a dual heat press. I chose the automatic heat press because it was an automatic, but it was way less than this one. I I don't know. I'm glad I have my automatic, but at the same time, I'm like, damn. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
This step dries the solution and flattens the fibers of the fabric, creating a smooth surface for printing. 4. Garment loading positioning of the pre-treated fabric. Place the garment onto the platen of the DTG printer. Make sure it is smooth and correctly aligned to avoid any creases or folds affecting the print quality. 5. Printer setup and maintenance. Check that the DTG printer's ink levels are sufficient and the color management settings are appropriate for the design. 6. Printing with inkjet technology. The printer sprays the textile ink directly onto the garment based on the digital design. The CMYK inks are printed under white ink to ensure the correct color saturation. 7. Drying and curing ink is cured on the garment when the printing has been completed by placing the garment in a heat press. The heat press cures the ink into the fabric, making the design durable.
You see that on the black? Nice, nice.
Durable and washable. The typical curing setting is about 320 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius, for 90 seconds, but the settings vary depending on the type of ink and fabric. In the field of custom apparel production,
I'll leave it right there. You guys can watch the rest of the video later on. Links in the description. I'm out. I'm out. Levi Apparel. Like and subscribe. That's it. Recording. I need to start recording this. But yeah. So, like, subscribe, Levi Apparel. We out. And pen over to me. Quick second. Alright, guys, so we out. Today was good. We did another live. I appreciate you guys. Those who were here. Those who watch this afterwards, I appreciate you also. But yeah, with everything said, listen, 3D printing is where it's at. when it comes to houses, right? That's my other video that got cut off. Um, when it comes to like DTF, DTG, right? There's so many ways to do things. These machines are innovative. They're creating new ways for us, um, crafters, t-shirt entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, things are just getting better and better. You know what I mean? So yeah, focus, grow yourself, build your money up, get these things. Yeah, like, subscribe, Levi Pell. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you. All right.